So ISRO is achieving new milestones. Saudi Arabia too is forging new paths. Tonight we'll tell you about their next big bet, tennis. Riyadh has bought rights to host a major ATP event, the finals of the men's under-21 tournament. The hosting rights are for 4 years. The tournament began in 2017 and since then only Milan has hosted it. But ATP decided to do things differently this time, and ATP is the Association of Tennis Professionals. It's one of the main governing bodies of tennis. ATP launched a bidding process. Many cities were in the running. In the end, Jeddah came out on top. We don't know the value of the deal yet, but the prize money will be hiked. Earlier, the winner took home $1.4 million. This year, the champion will get $2 million. It's an attractive proposition. More prize money will draw the players for sure. But not everyone is thrilled about it. As with any Saudi investment, this one too is not without its share of controversy. The deal is getting a mixed response. Some greats are skeptical, like Chris Evert. There were rumors that the Women's Championship could move to Saudi Arabia too, and this is what Chris Evert said. Obviously, they have the human rights issues and everything, just the way they treat women. I would be against it, but I don't have a vote. So there is some criticism, but it's unlikely to sway Riyadh. Saudi Arabia has big plans. It is betting big money on sports, and the list keeps getting longer. Riyadh's Sovereign Wealth Fund is the driving force behind these investments. It is called the Public Investment Fund, or PIF. It is worth $650 billion. One of its major bets is football. Saudi Arabia is propping up its own league, its own football league. It's called the Saudi Professional League. In June this year, the PIF bought 4 teams in this league. During the summer, the league spent more than $900 million, and this included transfer fees. They snapped up some big players, the likes of Neymar, Karim Benzema, Sadio Mane, and Jordan Henderson, and many others. And of course, we've not forgotten Cristiano Ronaldo. He was transferred in January, and his contract opened the floodgates. The Ronaldo deal alone is said to be worth over $400 million. These acquisitions made quite a splash and invited charges of sports washing. But football is not where the Saudi kingdom began. They've made more investments in Formula One. In 2021, Saudi Arabia hosted its first F1 race. Now this is an annual event. 1 year later, they bought stakes in an F1 team, the Aston Martin F1 team. Again, the money came from the kingdom's Sovereign Wealth Fund, PIF. The PIF picked up a 17% stake. Then we have golf. Again, the PIF took the lead. They created a tournament called Live Golf. Reports say it cost them $2 billion. Players were poached from the PGA and Europe. PGA stands for Professional Golfers Association, the biggest golfing body in America. When the Saudis created Live Golf, the West tried to fight back. Lawsuits were filed. Live Golf players were banned by the PGA. But that fight ended in June. A merger was announced. PGA, Europe's DP World Tour, and Saudi Arabia's Live Golf decided to come together. So the Saudis did not just win this battle, they ended up reshaping the world of golf. And Riyadh's muscle flexing is not limited to professional sports. They're also investing in video games. And they're aggressive on this front too. So far, Saudi Arabia has invested around $7.5 billion. They picked up stakes in leading video game companies, the likes of Electronic Arts, Activision Blizzard, and Take-Two Interactive. So long story short, Saudi Arabia is now a powerhouse in the world of sports. Critics label these investments as sports washing. They say this is a smokescreen to distract from the kingdom's human rights record. But why spend billions of dollars to fix your reputation? Because their future may depend on it. The kingdom wants to use sports as a soft power, and Saudi Arabia won't be the first one to try to do this. Others have done it before them. And this approach has its advantages. Making these bold investments, Riyadh has captured the attention of the world. Major sporting events give the kingdom an international platform, a platform to showcase their culture and tradition. Sports can also be used as a vehicle for hard power. Case in point, India. It is a major cricketing power. Also a big market for the sport. And this puts India in a unique position. The BCCI can throw its weight around when it comes to bilateral matches. Like in the case of Pakistan, India does not play any match with the Pakistani team. They face off only at ICC tournaments. And that's the power of sports, really. You can use it to achieve strategic and economic goals, which is what Riyadh is chasing. And at this rate, the juggernaut is hard to stop.